to the CFG Game Cast, episode number 270, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode every week and release on all podcast services and on Twitch, on twitch.tv/CFG Games and YouTube at the CFG. So do us a favor and show us some love by liking, following, subscribing, commenting, what have you on any of the services out there, or go to our website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today, I got my awesome co-host, Pop No Tarts 2 on the second seat. And how are you doing, Pop?
I'm doing good. I have not gamed much this week because my new PC is here. So I'm getting the remaining parts together for that. I should be gaming very, very heavily again soon. I know some people are probably like, well, what's going to be your first game? It's going to be Rise of the Ronin because Koei Tecmo sent me a key and I couldn't stream the game because for some reason OBS would crash every time I opened the game. But now I don't have to worry about that. I don't know why OBS was crashing.
Wait, so you've been on the holding pattern since that game came out, like last year?
The game came out this year, I think.
On PC?
Well, it came out on PC this year. Yeah. It's a PC. Yeah, on PC. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah. No more OBS. And the thing is, other games worked fine, but for some reason, any game that required like an RTX graphics card or higher, and then OBS, and it might have been something else like a plugin I had in an OBS, and they were all just boxing and beefing. I don't know what it was, but yeah, no more OBS crashing.
That is
push
great.
Comes to shove, if OBS still crashes because OBS still has its issues, poor baby, I will use Meld to at least stream the game because I need to get that done.
Oh, you're actually using Meld. How are you liking that?
I started using Meld to record my YouTube videos because for some reason OBS would freeze the picture. The audio will come in crystal clear, but the visuals itself would be distorted or frozen. But Meld recording is great. I have a lot more control on how the quality. So my Let's Plays, we do like the couch play, or like they're watching me play the game, or we're playing together. I can control the audio mix of who is talking with me. I can EQ their voices, and it's a great feature. So not only can I EQ how I sound, I can EQ how they sound, so they don't overpower my voice or the game, depending on if it's 2 or 3 of us in there. So it's really nice, very easy to use. There are some features that it didn't have. I'm just like, I don't think I'll stream with this, but it's really great for recording YouTube content. But they've added a lot of features since then, because this was back in, I want to say March. Yeah, around March or April when I was doing that recording. Yeah, so they apparently roll out updates every 2 weeks. So if you're new to streaming and feel a little intimidated by OBS, I highly recommend Meld Studio. Or if you record YouTube content, I highly recommend Meld. I haven't recorded anything for OBS with YouTube since I started using Meld. Like the quality, even my speedrun videos, if I record those, I go through Meld. The quality is just...
I might need to try out Meld then, if that's the case, or for the recordings, because like that's the one thing I was actually was wondering about. I just don't know about Meld yet, from especially the conversations that shout outs to the YouTuber Nutty, who did an interview with the president of Meld, and I don't know what their future plan is for it, but I feel like like kind of like what we were talking to Scyther about off the stream. About a company like introducing you to a product of this company, and then eventually they'll be switching to this weird monthly format, because that's how it looks like it's going to become. And I hope that I don't I fall into a trap where it's like, oh, here's an extra payment for this thing. But no, you know what? But yeah,
I hope they don't have an extra payment for anything.
Oh no, but from what they're trying to make Meld, I've heard that their direction is that they're wanting to make it like a one-stop shop to compete with what's it called? DaVinci and Adobe and stuff like that.
They just uppercut CapCut and Streamladder not too long ago with, you can clip and edit the clip while live. If I read the tweet correctly, you can clip and edit the clip while live. It is
What?
nuts.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
you can edit your clips inside of Meld. Now, I'm not quite sure if you can do it while live or if you can. Well, it has to be while live because they have a hotkey for you to clip, but you can edit it right then and there. Now, my question would be with that feature, what are some of the editing options? Because I like to add a little razzle dazzle to some of my edited clips.
You know, do they do captions, like, you know, like close, like, you know, like when you do a short clip or a YouTube short, you'll be able to add, like, you know, captions to it?
I believe so, because they have a captions feature built into Meld, if I recall correctly.
Oh, okay. Well, you
Yeah,
pretty much.
they've uppercut a lot of other programs. You can adjust your bitrate while live. OBS, you have to end your stream.
Yeah,
Meld, you can
that's
just do it while live, which is pretty nuts.
okay. I might need to have to mess around with it. Well, anyways, back to the
Yeah,
Meld
sorry.
podcast. That is great.
How have you been, CFG?
That is great. I'm doing good. I came back to Chicago, from Chicago. That's where I had to go last week. That's why I was away. So shout out, y'all had a great show. I listened to it on the way back from Chicago, Pop, and shouts to Smitty. And man, I forgot how much fun Chicago was. It was great. It was I had a really fun time. I went to NetherRealm Studios to check that spot out, and got some stuff I'm not able to talk about right now, but it's going to be freaking awesome. It was an amazing time, amazing experience, and a lot of walking there. So that was really, really fun. I continued on in my Neo 2 playthrough, first time ever playthrough. And Pop, you may know this because since you are basically a god in that game at level 200.
Yeah.
But like,
I'm level like 300 and something now.
Oh yeah,
I was able to go up a bit. Yeah.
Look at just rubbing it in even more. It's like, oh, you're only off by 100 levels. Look at that. But anyways, so I'm at the very beginning, and then there's that giant horse thing that you had to fight, like, or at the beginning of this very beginning of the game. And am I supposed to fight that thing, or can I just run away from it? Because this thing,
you can actually run around it. So what happens was with some of those mid-level bosses, if you run to a certain point, they stop chasing you.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, why would they give you this boss? Because like when I attacked it, it was like nothing. It was not taking off any health or damage. I'm like, I hate when they introduce like a mega boss at the beginning of a stage, and then they're like, okay, here you go, have fun, and they don't say anything to you.
The boss, so people that have been playing Neo 2 now, it's like, man, this game is tough. I'm like, y'all are lucky you did not play this on release.
I bet you, with all the patches.
Was dog walking a lot of people. People were just like, oh, did you fight it? I said, no. I went through, I did the level, I ran all the way back. I ran up to a certain point, and then I ran back, killed it, and then I finished it off because I was just like, there's no way. Because I think by the time I had reached it, I was level 5, and I'm like, I'm not doing this at level 5. So I got to level, I want to say I was like 12, maybe 13. I went back, killed it, and then finished it off. Because eventually they changed like all the recommended levels for all of the missions.
It was too hard originally.
Yeah,
I can easily see that. I'm having a hard time. Like, well, this is my first time kind of playing. I haven't played Neo in such a long time. The first Neo was great, but like, man, it was forever ago. And I tried, but I never played 2. And this game is very technical when it comes to like the attacking, the different stances, and the fact that you have to press R1 so you can get some of your stamina back at the right time. Because if you don't, then you might be screwed after they counterattack you and stuff. But I am digging the system, but it's a very big learning curve on trying to figure it out. But yeah, so I'm messing around with it. I'm at the first boss, the very first boss at the end of the first level stage. So I haven't. I'm going to stream that. I don't know when. Hopefully, I can do it this week and have a continuance of that. But I am enjoying it so far, and I'm surprised why I waited so long to play this game. So definitely enjoying.
If you want the real OP move of what I do, Which it's funny enough, I didn't learn this in my first run of the game, not even in my second run. I learned this when there's a DLC boss. I won't say who. It does not matter what you do. There's no weaknesses. You have to fight for your life. It doesn't matter if you're over leveled. He will still one-shot you.
Oh my God.
It's a very dangerous boss fight. But then I realized what the weekness actually was because he has no elemental weaknesses.
Okay, don't tell me. Don't tell me that yet.
Like if you ever want to know, because it works across the board.
Oh,
I'm like,
really?
if it works on him, it works on everybody. Yeah, it works on everybody else. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. I want to do a clean playthrough of it. I just created a death counter on my stream for it. So yeah, so I'm going to so I'm going to record how many times I die in this in my run through. So it might be a little bit off because I didn't do it in the first stream, but it's only going to be probably like off by like.
If you're not adjusted, the game tells you. If you go, if you hit the go to the options menu and then go up at the top and then go to your like character profile, you can see how many times you've died.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, I'll definitely do that. Yeah. But no, this is going to be fun. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, and then I also got a Stellar Blade I'm going to do next. So we'll see what that's going to be. Yeah. Scyther says I create a death counter. You're going in the right attitude. Yep, I know myself. Yeah. I know it's going to happen.
And sometimes it's not the boss fight. Sometimes it's the environment around you. I don't know if you remember when T and I played that one time and she like slipped into the river and died.
That's happened to me like 4 times just on Monday. Like when I did it, I was just like, sometimes it's like you're so engaged on fighting a monster that you realize, oh, that's right, I'm on a bridge, and then you fall and you're like, oh, I can't swim, and you die. It's like, oh my God,
dying from fall damage. I am so glad my fall damage is immaculate. I don't even get hit with it anymore.
That is funny because like at first there was also a time where I wondered like, is there fall damage? And I jumped and then just died, and I'm like, yep.
I was so traumatized playing the beta for Neo 3 because I like jumped off something. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, oh, I'm okay.
That is so funny. That is so freaking funny. I love it. Well, we'll see. I am going to stream that. That's going to be my streaming game to kind of get me back into streaming gaming again. And I know people love to see me cry and torture myself, so we'll go with that and go from there.
If you ever want a second player, I'm happy to tag along. Yeah. I've found out that in a recent patch they actually nerf those who have beaten the game, so I think I'm at, when it nerfs me, I think it puts me at like the max possible level you could be for that stage.
I don't want to get like, but I don't like, I know that I know you're based, like I said, you're still a god at this point, but you still have good gear and everything with it, and I just kind of don't want to what's it called? I don't want to have that crutch automatically there, you know, but I appreciate it. We'll see. But if you do see the stream though, I know you can just laugh at me. I know, Pop, because it's like this idiot. Look at this guy. Look at this jerk. Just trying to beat it. Yeah,
I wouldn't say anything that mean. I might just laugh a little bit, eat some popcorn.
that in a way, like, that's
right
mean.
Before you go into a boss fight, like, hold on, I need my Cheez-Its.
Yeah, see, in the way that's pretty mean right there as it is. So there you go.
I need a snack for the fight.
Okay, it's like, where's my popcorn? This is gonna be good. That's the stuff. Well, we'll see. I mean, I think the horse thing is gonna probably do a lot for me, the ringer right there, but we'll see. And then also on Friday, I finally got a chance to get back into Monster Hunter Wilds. Fought Laggy and fought Sergio's. Oddly enough, I felt Sergio's was harder than freaking Laggy. Laggy was a little tough, but man, Sergio's attacks were insanely powerful and it was dangerous. So no, you need to definitely get back on the Monster Hunter train.
I guess you could say Laggy was lagging in power.
Oh God, I hate you so much right now. Oh, that's funny. It's like, but I know y'all don't want to talk about me, talk about the strategies and laughing at me while I play Neo 2 on Twitch and on YouTube. So let's go to the normal rigmarole that we like to do each and every week. So each of us chooses a topic of discussion in the world of video games. The topic would or could be a game itself or something that happened in the gaming industry. We do not want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We would like you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch and on YouTube, to be a part of the conversation. So if there is something you're wanting to chime in about, by all means, type it inside the chat and we will go from there. So unfortunately, I mean, I hate to be the keep on kicking the dead horse here, but unfortunately we got some unfortunate news that once again, Microsoft has laid off an additional 5,000 people for Xbox, between Microsoft and Xbox itself. This is affecting a lot of people additionally. So right now, if you haven't been keeping count for the amount of layoffs that's happened in just this year alone, they're at 10,000 on people that they laid off from just Xbox alone. Total, I think as a company, I do not know, but like it is a significant amount of people that they've lost. Now, what does that mean for future games and stuff? Well, there is a small list of games I have listed here from this website called The True Achievements. It shows every Xbox game and studio affected by the Microsoft layoffs so far. And one of the biggest games that was affected was the remake or the next rendition. We don't know what it was Perfect Dark. There was going to be a new Perfect Dark that was coming soon, but there wasn't a time frame on when it was coming out. So Perfect Dark, that I believe, what studio was that? It's Crystal Dynamics. Yeah, that's right. Crystal Dynamics was doing it. It was currently in development in 5+ years. So that got shut down. Rare's next game that they also showed was Everwild. Everwild was the project itself. That was a 6-year project, and that is now that has officially been canceled. There was a MMO that was called Project. That was the official name. It wasn't the official name, but it was called Project Blackbird. This was a ZeniMax game that was going to be an MMORPG. Now, this is a weird one though, but I understand why they wanted to do this, because it was currently in development for the past 3 years. However, and the game seemed like it was going the right direction, because Phil Spencer actually said in an interview a while ago that this game specifically, like once he was messing with this game, he couldn't like take the controller out of his hand. It was hooked. He was hooked on playing it. But the estimated date for this game was going to be in 2028. So that was going to be in 3 years. And then, really, to be honest with you, the two most expensive games that you can have inside for a studio is an MMORPG or a games as a service. And like, I don't think that they wanted to stay in the long run for it, for that one. And also, John Romero, who is the creator of Doom, had a game that was in the works that they were working on for Microsoft for a while, and he was working on that, and that game got cut. What was crazy about it was once they officially said that the shutdown or the layoffs were happening, they didn't even know that it was cut until literally like maybe 5 minutes after the announcement that came out, which is, ooh, terrible. I just can't even imagine. Yeah, it's just terrible. So anyways, but also in the aspects of how they're going to be affected by the shutdown, the initiative, which was Perfect Dark itself, the group that was collabing with Crystal Dynamics is shut down completely. So that was shut down itself. Greg Mayles, the executive producer, and Louise O'Connor, who was the also executive producer for Rare, left after the layoff announcements itself. The company with Forza turned 10. 50% of the workforce has been laid off. For Forza is a successful racing game, and 50% of that group is gone. Crazy to me on that, in my opinion. But anyways, you do you, boo boo, at this point. But Jesus, that is horrifying. ZeniMax Online Studios, the Project Blackbird team was affected by the layoffs and is completely gone. Halo Studios, they don't have an official amount of people that were gone, that left from this set of layoffs itself. Raven Software, which is one of the 3 studios that run with Call of Duty, there also had an amount of layoffs as well. Well, Raven Software, High Moon, and Sledgehammer, same things. They don't have they've been affected, but they don't tell you how much. Blizzard, the operations stopped for their mobile game Warcraft Rumble, and 100 people have been affected. And Candy Crush says 10% of the staff, which is 200 people, have been affected. So it just like just begs to show, like, man, dude, like, what is success in gaming at this point in time? Like, what is it like for a studio or a company or anything like that? Like, what makes you feel that you're safe or secure for, like, when you make a game? Like, if a game could be a success relatively, like the game gives money back, like they're in the positive, but then yet it's still not safe. It still doesn't guarantee a safety or a chance or opportunity for you to make another project like this. But the level of aggressiveness that I've seen with Microsoft just this year alone scares me, because it just seems that, well, it's no secret that Microsoft is being more aggressive about AI. This was the biggest thing that people were afraid about like, this is what, like, companies were going to do. We're basically going to be using finding cheaper processes and things like that they're going to try to implement so they can cut costs. But my God, dude, like, they're basically gutting departments and companies and development and stuff like this because of why? I don't understand it. It's just so scary that it just seems like you're going to make people in the future just turn off on just not wanting to try to make games, at least at a AAA level. In an indie level, they're still going to be there because they don't have to worry about the high brass overlords that's going to be pushing you to say, we need this out by this time and in this way. But anyways, my hearts go out to all the people that lost their jobs on this, and I just want to get your opinion, Pop. What do you think about this move?
It's heartbreaking, and then outside of the games that got canceled, just staff was affected as well. Like you mentioned, indie games. One of the, I want to say, the project managers for Game Pass. I'm very curious about what the Game Pass library is going to look like when you've literally laid off the person who was responsible for getting those deals in. Mm-hmm. Like, the deals for the year might be locked in. I'll even give it out to like the next fiscal year for, 2025, 2026 fiscal year. But after that, what is this program that you hail as one of the best in the market going to look like?
I mean,
also on the AI thing, it's interesting seeing how AI is viewed here in the US versus over in Japan, because a couple of, I'm sure you've seen some of those articles floating around about what Japanese devs think about AI, and they literally just straight up said AI's purpose is to find bugs. I mean, and it's not necessarily just to find bugs. Like, they obviously have humans working on that at end, but they're like, AI can catch more things than a human eye can. And you want to have that work-life balance. So they have a more reasonable, or I won't even say reasonable. They have a very ethical way of viewing AI, and it is not present here in the West for Western studios, which is, as we can see, this is what people were afraid of.
Yeah. And I mean, this is what's weird about it, because, I mean, how long ago was it that Xbox themselves was saying, I love Scyther's point here that says that the best revenge is success. It's actually kind of funny, but it's like, it's weird because, like, for years, like the past couple of years, Microsoft was putting themselves in the position where they were saying that they were wanting to the reason why they were buying out these studios, the reason why they were wanting to they were broadening out and just purchasing all these different like studios and IPs and stuff was that they wanted to get a bigger library in house, and then so they could harvest their creativities and stuff like that. But then you saw a little bit of the cracks. Like remember when what's it called? What's the name of that one game that came out that was really good? It was a cell shaded game, and it was kind of like a beat. God, what was it called? I can't remember it right now, but yeah, you remember then like it was successful. Then 8 months later, they shut the studio down, and then now
is that Bomb Rush Cyberpunk?
No, that was
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush, thank you. Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush.
It was one of the two.
Yeah. Hi-Fi Rush was relatively a successful game from Microsoft itself. Like, and then their answer for that was it was shut down 8 months later after the release of the original game. Then thank God that that the studio got a second win from a different, I believe it was a Saudi group, maybe a Saudi group, I can't remember. But to come back and do these things, it's just like there's no. I mean, it's frustrating. I just don't even understand it. And then you see how like the development cycles are for these games. These games, it takes a long time for a game to come out nowadays. It takes years for this. Of like Perfect Dark was in development. They've been working on this for 5 years, and then all of a sudden they get the kibosh. Everwild 6 years. And then and more and stuff. And then people were already patiently waiting for Microsoft to bring these big AAA games that they said that they were going to be getting because they bought so many of these random studios. And now you're just like the way that you're doing it just makes me lose a lot of faith. Faith in it. And Jesus, man. And then on top of all of that, which is even crazier to me, is that they feel like they need to I feel another price jump is going to happen with Xbox Game Pass, because they're going to ask for more money for that stuff for less game content. They'll still get their day ones. Yeah, they'll get their day one stuff, and then their day one stuff that's in house for the games that's still currently in development, but that will be released. But the big ones and things like I don't know what's gonna show or what's gonna happen in their future, and it's just I don't know, man. Like it's aggravatingly. It makes me angry every time I see this stuff. And Smitty is probably like the best poster board person that's pro like Xbox Live and stuff like that and everything, that he probably can show more perspective to me on like what they're doing. But like to me on the outside, it just makes me lose faith. Like I don't know how.
I'm surprised if Smitty is just doing Smitty things because of what happened with the layoffs. Because at this rate, they're making a bunch of promises that they can't keep. I remember, I want to say like 2, maybe 3 years ago, people were being like, oh, because Microsoft's buying all these companies, they're going to buy Sega. First of all, no, they weren't. And two, for everyone who believed that, you better be glad they didn't, because only God knows what would have happened to all these IPs that Sega's reviving right now. They would have just been stuck in the graveyard, because Banjo-Kazooie, hello? You had this IP for how long?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And let alone not even just the IP, but Rare. What has Rare done for this? I mean, they've had Rare for literally 20 years, and the only game that they have that they have to show for on the Xbox's side is Sea of Thieves. It's just so frustrating. It's just like, it's so like, I don't like, I mean, even me not being a fan of Microsoft, I want Microsoft to be successful, because us as a consumer would be better as us as a consumer, because clean and healthy competition makes the studio strong, makes the companies accountable and stronger for you to be able to get good games. And I don't see it anymore. Not just when you hear this all the time. Like even just this last generation of games or consoles that just came out, it's weird to me, because probably definitely for you too, Pop, because I mean, like in decades, like time before that, last gen before that, I've never seen a game like consoles go up in price the older it gets. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, you know, like it's so weird to me that like they're jacking the prices up. I can understand jacking the prices of games because I see why they're doing it, but then the value of that $80 better go to whatever the game's worth is going to go to it. If you make the game's common thing $80, you better get $80 worth of that game. You know, but
we saw the game increase from just based on how the market was. But the console thing is kind of it was because this was happening before tariffs came into play. Mm-hmm. It makes zero sense.
It makes no sense to me. I just never understood it. And it's like because like remember like I guess in the console wars in the 90s, I don't want to go that far back because it's not fair. But like the console wars in the 90s, you see how they were just aching to get that thing under at $100 or whatever, or even at PS3 or PS4. It's like the PS4 initially came out at 400 or 350 or $400, and then yet they got it down to at least 250, and then now it's like, oh, PS5 was $400. Now the regular PS5 has gone up because now it's modular. It's like you're going to be spending almost $600 for it. It's like, what is going on? What the hell is happening? I don't know, but like. I know, kind of got off on the veer there, but it's, it's just a punch. It's just a punch in the stomach, man. Like from what I'm seeing, I'm worried. I'm legitimately worried that what we're going to be expecting as gamers to this. And I just hope that we're not going to just, what we're going to see on creativity when it comes to AAA titled games is going to be at an all-time low. Like it already is, in my opinion. Besides, even PlayStation is known for their story-driven games, but they've been slacking as of late. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, but like, anything else to add on this, Pop?
No, any more, and it'll just make me angry all over again. I've been somewhat calm, but just like thinking about it, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, like I'm just looking at the list of studios that Microsoft has, and it's insane. Like they're huge. Besides, I mean, they have to be. Activision itself, Activision, Blizzard, Double Fine. I forgot they had Double Fine. Double Fine is probably like is indie level, definitely, but still. Scyther says we 100% deserve everything we get because we've been allowing them to get away with more over the years instead of putting our foots down and saying no. We've said shut up and take my money. And I mean, the best way to fight against anything is with your wallets. And you're right. You're totally right. I feel like we've no one has been seeing this for the nonsense as it is. Like I think the most funniest one, the most obvious one was Call of Duty. When Call of Duty, when they were in the process of buying Activision, and Sony was trying to intervene that purchase because they were worried what Microsoft was going to do, for good reason, because they've signed an exclusivity deal with Sony and stuff.
Okay, but Sony had it coming to them because Xbox was doing to them what they did to Sega. That's why we haven't had a new Sega console. But that's a talk for a different day. They got what was coming.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like the thing that allowed the thing that was holding back, and it wasn't Sony's thing that did it. It was the FCC themselves here, or not the FCC, but the government here in America and in Britain that didn't allow that, because they were saying that what they can do is that they can mark a price, they can jack the price up to something openly, and then it's going to cause an unfair competition. And they said that they weren't going to do that. But what was the first thing that they did once they got that, once that cleared up? They jacked the price up on Xbox Game Pass. So I'm just saying that people gobbled it up. I don't know. I haven't kept up with Call of Duty whatever Call of Duty that they're at right now, but I'm assuming it's relatively a success, but we don't know because they don't give us the numbers. And Xbox never gives us the numbers for this stuff. So I don't know.
People didn't riot enough for me, because I think it was PlayStation was about to increase the price for something, and they said never mind. They said never mind.
It's like, you know what? Forget it. It's like, it was fake. It was a psych. It was April Fool's. even though it's July.
It had to be. You know, April Fool's in July. It's always great.
Yes, that. I mean, yeah, come on, everyone needs to remember April Fool's in July. So, anyways, I feel like I said, we're sorry about definitely feel sorry about all the people that did lose their jobs with Microsoft, and hopefully get back on their feet and make something better. And like what Scyther said earlier, best revenge is success. So get that revenge by being somewhere that they value you more than what you've experienced, because you definitely do. You're definitely worth more than what Microsoft sees. And it's ridiculous. It's just, it just makes me pissed off. It really does piss me off. But anyways, Pop, before I say something bad, Pop, what do you have what are you bringing to the table?
I'm back with more news about Mind's Eye, your favorite delusional director. No, let me not say it that way. Your favorite director over at Build a Rocket Boy staff has announced that the studio is going to relaunch Mind's Eye. For those that may have missed that podcast episode or may have seen on Twitter, social media, and other news forums, Mind's Eye had a terrible launch where that is probably the most unified response about a game launch I have seen since Cyberpunk. The game launch was by far one of the worst game launches in this decade.
Oh, wow.
And for the 2020s, I know we still got 5 years left out of the 2020s, but or 4 years left in the 2020s. But I don't think. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. I don't believe that there's going to be a game that launches and will be as terrible as this. A little bit of background about this: the director, the primary marketing for this game was that the co-CEO is like the former Rockstar Games president and also a former Grand Theft Auto producer. Basically, it was GTA 6 isn't coming out until next year. Player game is better than GTA, or we're not GTA, that kind of ordeal. And so much of the marketing was so focused on being anti-Rockstar. Different people that had played the game beforehand kind of gave warnings every now and then saying, don't release the game, don't release the game, don't release the game, let it cook some more. Director then came out and said, any negative review about the game is just sabotage from Rockstar. And with the announcement of relaunching the game, the director has, the studio director has continued to say that the launch of the game was caused by saboteurs in the studio. So I don't know what your thoughts are about this, Davis. I don't know if you remember when we had that talk about Mind's Eye and how Build a Rocket Boy Studios CEO has just been he is quite the character. Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. I remember so I do remember because I remember the time when we did talk about this, I was like, why this person seems very salty. It felt like did Rockstar put something in his cereal or something? I don't know, but
I really want to know if he got laid off, but there is some animosity there.
There's some massive animosity, kind of like I don't know if you remember the producer or the creator of Days Gone on PlayStation, and then when he left Bend, he was really salty, about it, and it was the same. That's the kind of energy I'm getting from this one, and But what's weird is that you're going to what I don't even know what to think of about that. The ego to be the first launch was bad. It was so bad that we're going to go back and we're going to relaunch it again. It's kind of like you go into a room and then everyone's booing at you and said you didn't. Instead of booing, you should have cheered. I'm going to leave this room and I'm going to come back again. And next time you're going to cheer for me. That's the same kind of mentality that I'm going to get, and 100% of the time, it is so hard for a game to get a second chance to be to reintroduce the game itself. If the game was already mediocre itself, if the game had issues of just a bad introduction, and then you're okay, well, we're a month in now, it's not where I was wanting, let me do it again, and then this time it's going to be better than what it was the first time. that's unheard of. I think the only thing I could remember of a game that did something like that was like No Man's Sky, but it was more like they didn't purposely just say we're going to do another re-release. They just said, oh, full on open communication of what they're doing to fix their bugs and then get it fixed and then add stuff for absolutely free. Just use your actions. You don't need to reintroduce anything. You just need to say, we're working on the issues. We listen to the feedback. We're seeing all the different kinds of things that's being said on the Steam store and stuff like that. Yes, the implementation of what y'all did initially was y'all basically said you knew better. Y'all clearly didn't, and now you're trying to roll back the time and trying to get over a secondary thing. I don't know what y'all are doing. I mean, but the fact that also that you're blaming Rockstar of your failure of this game is beyond me. I'm just like, wow, like Rockstar cares.
I feel really bad for the staff at the studio. To my knowledge, I believe when he announced that the game was going to be relaunched, that was also his first time talking to the staff since the game's launch. So
oh my God.
Not only has there been no communication with the people who paid for the game and probably got a refund, he's not communicated anything to his staff until recently, saying that the game will bounce back and be relaunched. So
that's wild to me. I'm going back to the number one source of reviews, and that is the Steam review thing, just to see. Ultimately, I think it came out a month at this time. At this point in the time of the podcast, it's been over a month now, right? Like the game came out last month. So yeah, okay. So there should be a good poll. Let me see what they got. Yep, they have 1,900 reviews. It says it's mostly negative. Let's see if they.
And what made it worse is that, if I recall, the studio had layoffs after the game launched. Like, I want to say like 2 weeks after.
Oh, really? So yeah, that's crazy. Okay, let's see. Let me go to one that's actually not super crazy. This one's from 14 hours ago. Let's see. 14 hours on record. Okay. This one, they do not recommend it. Oh man, this guy has some. Okay, so he says, I give credit to the actors in the game for doing an amazing job and giving it their best in the game. The cutscenes and cinematics are very good. The problem with this game and its failure lies in the hands of the writers and the overall studio for not being able to make a game that runs smoothly enough to make people even want to give it a chance. And even if you do give it a chance, you'll just still be left disappointed. I wouldn't be surprised if even a NASA computer couldn't run this game without issues. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there because, like I say, it's just an overall deal. So, I think the original, one of the biggest reasons was its optimization. Like, the optimization was garbage. And if it's only been 14 hours ago, and it doesn't seem like have they made any? I mean, I haven't played Mind's Eye. I don't have any reason to play Mind's Eye. Have they made any kind of attempt on making any kind of patches for optimization for this game? Is a question.
The only recent news about this is that the game is going to be relaunched. I have not seen any information on how they're going to fix the optimization, the different bugs. I'm pretty sure you've seen the weird image of the distorted character's face.
I have not. I haven't seen anything about it because I didn't care.
It's bad.
Oh wow,
it's really bad.
I take a look. Let me look for a positive review. Let me see what they say. Okay, let's see. Oh no, hey, nope. There are some. Here we go. Here's a positive review. I would recommend this game. The graphics are good. The graphics are good. The gameplay is good and can sometimes be janky. The driving in the game feels really responsive. The guns, when you shoot them, sometimes bug out along with your characters, but nothing that a patch cannot fix. The story for the game is nice. There is also side missions that you can do. Okay, yeah. Basically the same hullabaloo as always, but it's still the same thing, just glitches and stuff. Although you remember that one review that we got last time when they said that they said the driving in the game was really good.
yeah
I mean, hey, it keeps it. They did something right with the driving, but my goodness. But no, but guy, just like I don't know what you need to do to get the Vendetta. Oh, I didn't know, but the game seems like it dropped in price. It's $30 now.
Yeah. It also I did some looking, and it looks like a third update was put out earlier this week for PlayStation and Xbox, but a PC update is coming out soon.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So, I mean, they're doing patch updates, but I mean, I guess they would have to do something different. But most people's consensus of this is that besides the glitchiness, though, too, that the story is mediocre at best, and the writing wasn't really that good from what I'm seeing on the list of Steam.
Writing's always
reviews.
subjective, though.
It is, but hey, if 1,900 people is showing, and it shows that the 1,300 or 1,400 in the poll saying that the story was not good. I mean, it's not like
that would raise a flag.
Yeah, it's subjective. It is subjective, but it shows that there's a common issue there. Let's see. If it was Nintendo, it would have doubled in price after the bad review. That is, I know. But hey, Nintendo runs on the beat of their own drum, man. I don't even know how it works.
They sure do, because they didn't even put Inkling in Mario Kart World. I was thinking about getting in the Switch 2 in order to take with me to San Diego for when I go to TwitchCon. I'm like, you know what? Not even worth it. I'll wait until I get another game I want to play.
Inkling still may be in the cards. They could be a DLC character. Actually, come to think of it, they could also get like a character like from ARMS or something. That would have been kind of cool too.
Oh, that'd be really cool. I wish they would have continued on with ARMS, honestly.
Yeah, that would have been an awesome thing if they did that. That would have been like, oh, hey, sweet. But you know what? Never say never. ARMS 2 or something like that could happen. We don't know. But they did. I mean, it was a good seller, I believe. So who knows? Good deal. But no. But well, anyways, Mind's Eye. Good luck, I guess. I don't even know what to say about Mind's Eye, because like I really don't care. I really don't care about it. I don't like the energy that the guy's pulling off on it. I do feel sorry for the developers, like you said, but you know what I would love to do? If we get a chance to talk to one of these developers, I would love to pick their brain, but I know they wouldn't be able to say stuff on it. They don't want to get blackballed.
I wonder if we could even talk to the voice actor, because he did a live stream and he talked about it. He gave his thoughts on it, just like, so what were some of your experiences with this? Either him or a developer, but that'd be pretty awesome.
I think the voice actor would be better, because the voice actor can't be into I mean, they may have signed an NDA or may not, but now since the game's cleared, I don't think that he has nothing to lose.
The clip I saw, he was speaking his heart out. He was just like, I know the QA team isn't incompetent, so I don't know why the game came out the way that it did.
I need you to send me that, because I would love to see what he has to say.
I can find it.
I'm going to reach out. If I do, I'm going to reach out to that guy or that person. That'd be cool. Real Scyther says, I don't care. Damn, cold-blooded. Hey, there's better games to play. There's better times to do it. There's two things that makes me really kind of like, I am always for the small developers. I really am. I want them to be successful. But the energy that this whole thing is, the whole situation of this game is off. It like if you're not even talking to the people that are in your team, and then yet at the same time, you're automatically blaming the failure to a bigger company that probably doesn't care more or less if you exist. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want from me at this point? It's like, I'm sorry. I don't have any sympathy towards it, towards that itself. So that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I am a dick. Well, I know I am a dick, but still, anyways. It was funny. I was thinking about the last topic here before, to shut this off, to close this out, and I actually thought about it because I totally forgot about this. That's going to be coming soon, and this is actually some good news from Sony. That's actually opening up opening up a little bit. Not giving Sony full on credit on this yet, but it appears Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox in mid-August. And this is a big change. People like, for a company like Sony to say, we're gonna make this on a multi console systems on different consoles that's not Sony that's not a Sony system is incredibly rare. And I'm thinking like and if it's crossplay, even more rare. For a Sony base game to be crossplay to that deal. I mean, I know it's already like that for PC, which is great. But now to say that you can play with other people on Xbox's side to have fun and play this game, awesome. I was completely surprised about this when they announced it randomly. It just was announced last week, and I was just like, yo, you know what? The more the merrier. That's freaking funny. I mean, it's freaking great that they decided to do that, to do something like that. And as well as it's like about time. I guess the real thing is like, this is like a test in the water to see what the demand is and how are they going to, like, how good does it sell on a console that's not Sony. So I kind of want to get your thoughts about that. Your thoughts about about the move that Sony is deciding to do for a PlayStation game going on Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, part of that might be, I mean, in the end, if they own the IP, of course they're going to get the money for it. But they might be thinking about the true longevity of, what exclusives do, because they don't only harm the company that the console is on. It harms the devs that made the game. Like, think back to Hi-Fi Rush. It was only on Xbox. They all got laid off, and then it didn't appear on other consoles until they got picked up by someone else. So there is some harm with exclusive games. Also, crossplay is it's fun. Mm-hmm. It should be a thing. Mm-hmm. If it has online multiplayer. It shouldn't. I understand some people, staring at you, Microsoft, have crossplay fees that are like extremely expensive, especially for indie devs.
There's crossplay fees like for developers?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
I gotta send you that. I gotta find that tweet, but there is a dev, an indie dev that talked about why one of their games was a crossplay. Is like, yeah, they charge. I'm like, oh, I did not know that.
Oh my god,
that explains so much.
That actually does make a lot more sense now. Why some games are opted to do like local co-op and stuff, but still, that is insane. But wow, but so I mean, obviously it's not just Microsoft. Sony's probably the same way.
Well, yeah, Sony charges it. It charges it too. I can't recall if it was Sony or Microsoft that charges more. Either way, they both do it, so they're both guilty. So it's good on Sony for them to do this and to make it crossplay. I'm interested to see what they'll do with other IPs, especially since I believe there's a way to access Steam games through the Microsoft or the Xbox app. They opened up that deal some way, somehow. And as you know, some parts of the Steam library has games that were originally on PlayStation and are now on Steam. So I really wonder how that's going to go. Is Sony going to push more of their PC exclusives to be through Epic? Like, it's a lot to think about.
Does Sony have their exclusives on Epic? Any like Spider-Man 2 and stuff on Epic Game Store? I didn't even think about that.
I don't believe so, but I wouldn't be surprised if they made that. If they wanted to, because obviously there are some exclusives and contracts that they have to follow with having exclusives like that. I wouldn't be surprised if we started to see some of those exclusives popping up on Epic Games. Like, I would not be surprised if the PC version for Marvel Tokon was on Epic and not Steam.
Interesting. Yeah, that would, well, hopefully they don't do an exclusive thing on the system. That'd be crazy if they do, but still. But yeah.
Well, I mean, that game is already PS5 PC, so they were not looking to put that on Xbox at all.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know what it is with fighting games and Xbox. Maybe they have no interest in it, because it was the same way for the fighting collections. Because I don't think they have it on Xbox on the Xbox either. So I think there has to be something going on with the like their interest in fighting games in general on that system.
Maybe Sony just owns too much with fighting games. Microsoft can't even put their feet in the water.
I don't think I wouldn't say that they own too much. I mean, they do own a big IP with Street Fighter. No, not Street Fighter. They do own the tourneys and stuff levels of it, but it's still third party. I mean, Capcom, Namco Bandai is, so they I just don't see it. I don't see why. Which oddly enough, with some of the games actually ran better on the Xbox than they did on the PlayStation, which is even funnier to me. Some tourneys were running on 360 and 360 and Xbox Ones and Xboxes before. So before Sony bought Evo, but we'll see. But that was a different day or a different time. So we'll see. But my goodness. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of weird because because the game I believe the game is not that expensive relatively. I think it's like a $40 or $50 game. I guess they think that the amount of money that would be cut out of that, of their profit for stuff like that, I can kind of see, but I don't know. I really hope for its success for it to go on Xbox and stuff and look, especially if people haven't played it already, great game and experience it and be able to hopefully play with with your friends and stuff like that on other systems and stuff, especially on PC because PC, God, that game is great. It's funny as hell, but yeah. All right. But folks, thank you for listening to episode number 270 of the CFG Game Cast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation as always. We will be back again next week with a whole new set of different topics and discussions. So if you did miss out on this episode, that is perfectly all right. You can check us out on all podcast services or on our YouTube page at the CFG or twitch.tv/CFG Games. So there is absolutely no reason to miss out on our sexy voices. Ooh, guys, thank you so much. And also, I know Smitty isn't here today, but also check him out. He has a new podcast he just released out today. That's going to be a monthly podcast series called Pixelated Harmony, the voices behind video game music. He just spoke to an awesome dude named Chase Bethea. It's out now on his YouTube page, Smitty2447. No, it's not Smitty2447. It's Itty Bitty Gaming News. Yes, Itty Bitty Gaming News on YouTube. I will put his information on the description below on our YouTube page and stuff. So there is, but guys, this is Davis and Pop signing out. Y'all, take it easy. Let's stop.